What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another highly beneficial video brought to you by Mantown Fitness. Today, we're going to go over a very controversial subject, and that is the consumption of dairy. Over the last few years, we've been seeing a spike in the demonizing of milk, whether it be from the alkaline experts, whether it be from the Dr. Sebi disciples, whether it be from the influencers or what have you. Um, One thing to keep in mind is that not everything that you see on the internet is true. And a lot of the stuff that you see on the internet isn't telling you the full story. Me personally, I'm coming from a very neutral position here. So I want you guys to understand that what I'm going to say in this video is not bias. It's not siding with one or the other, but it's a very neutral position, and I'm going to give you guys the facts between what raw milk is and what pasteurized milk is. Cow's milk, cow's milk. One is raw, one is pasteurized. We have to understand the difference between the two when speaking on this subject, because a lot of people are leaving out the fact that pasteurized milk is what is harming us. We are leaving out the fact that pasteurized milk wasn't what the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was drinking, and Allah knows best. And forgive me, ya Allah, Rabbi, forgive me if I'm saying anything that is incorrect. So, with that being said, the pasteurized milk is a process, as we know. The things that are processed will eventually process you if you consume these things enough. So the processed milk, what is it? When we heat it up at a certain level in these factories that they heat these milks up in, it is now being put in a process that is now supposed to kill off bacteria, diseases, and stuff like that. It also increases the shelf life, which is why many of these big name companies put out pasteurized milk, right? So this is what also makes the milk, quote unquote, safe to drink. And it is also what makes it FDA approved. So on the other hand, we have the negative effects of this processed milk. And, you know, the negative effects, as we know, over the years, we've been seeing an increase in our kids coming out with eczema and other diseases and chronic illnesses that, carry over into their adulthood. A lot of it starts with the food that we are eating, and the food that we are eating is, most of the time we have a lot of dairy, whether it be in our pasta, whether it be in our on our pizza, whether it be in our cereal. That pasteurized processed milk is what's provoking a lot of our our diseases and illnesses today. And not only that, the pasteurized milk is coming from cows that are being mistreated in these animal farms. They are in toxic environments. So that's another thing to be put in perspective, right? On the other hand, when we have cows that are in, friendly environments where the cows are rolling around in the grass and, sunbathing, right? We have cows that are not being injected with all types of, craziness. We now have a cow that can produce high quality milk that is going to provide your body with the nutrients that it needs, whether it be vitamin D, whether it be calcium, whether it be, to the end of it. So these are the things that you want to keep in mind, right? The raw milk isn't necessarily bad for you. You just have to know where you're getting your raw milk from at the end of the day. You want to get the grass fed raw milk, right? Grass fed, grass finished, I believe is what it is, right? You want to get that as opposed to any other type of cattle out there that may be consuming whatever. And now, once it consumes whatever it is that the farmer is giving it, you are now going to consume that once that milk from that particular cow is being put on the shelf, whether it be raw, whether it be processed, right? But if they process it, they make it 10 times as worse, and Allah knows best. So that is the primary difference between the two. Um, as we know, the Rasul Sallam, like everything needs to be taken from in moderation. This is what he taught us all throughout the Sunnah, is that everything should be taken in moderation. And in fact, I'm not even going to shoot from the hip. I'm going to give you guys some ahadith, right? Ibn Mas'ud, radiallahu anhu, he reported that drink cow's milk. He said the Messenger of Allah said, drink cow's milk, for indeed it is a remedy. Its butter fat is a cure, but beware of its meat, for indeed its meat is disease. Right? And the scholars, they had clarified this ahadith, right? Say that the what the meat is referring to is excessive eating of the meat, right? It's not the meat itself that is haram, but it's excessively eating the meat is what makes it haram, right? As we know that at the farewell pilgrimage, the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what did he do? He sacrificed a cow for all of his wives to eat, um, for the farewell pilgrimage, right? And we could find this in the Sunan al Abi Dawood, radiallahu anhu. Excuse me, rahimullah. Uh, and we'll leave, multiple other hadith, references and stuff like that from the Sunnah of Ahlul Hadith in the description of this video. Um, so I just want to put that out there. A lot of people, they want you to buy into what they're selling, so they will, talk about milk all day, but they won't tell you the difference between the two, right? But that also means that we have to be mindful of the milk now, because now the information is out there. I'm telling you guys, you see this video and you continue on to drink pasteurized and processed milk, that's cool, that's on you. But don't now try to pull the hadith that milk is halal and the prophet drank milk. Yes, we know that, but he was not processing his milk, right? Like we already mentioned in the video. So just be mindful. That's all we're saying. We're just advising. We're not saying that milk is haram. We're not saying that meat is haram. We're not here doing that. But what we are doing is giving you guys the facts, and you guys can fact check it. Just don't take it from me. Go ahead and do your own due diligence. Search out what you need to know, and you will see the facts are there. You know. Um, if you guys have any other information you guys want to share, leave a comment below, and we will see you guys on the next video.